Do you ever wake up feeling just as tired as when you went to bed? Or find yourself staring at the ceiling in the middle of the night, wishing for just a few more hours of peaceful rest, only to feel frustrated and exhausted when the morning finally arrives? It's a reality many of us face, sometimes thinking it's just a part of getting older. But what if I told you that some of the biggest culprits behind your restless nights might be hiding in plain sight, right there in your very own bedroom? It's a surprising truth that our sleep environment plays a monumental role in the quality and quantity of our rest, far more than we often realize. When our sleep suffers, everything else can start to unravel. Our energy levels drop. Our memory might feel a little fuzzy. Our mood can take a dip. And frankly, it can even impact how long and how well we live. The good news is, a deep restorative sleep isn't just a dream. It's a very achievable goal. In this video, we're going to gently uncover 5 common items that many of us keep in our bedrooms without a second thought, but which are silently sabotaging our sleep and potentially shortening our healthy years. By understanding what these things are and why they're harmful, you'll be empowered to make simple yet incredibly powerful changes that will transform your nights and revitalize your days. So, watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you. Something many of us are guilty of, but which is remarkably easy to fix for the benefit of our well-being. Let's dive right into the first thing you might want to reconsider having in your most sacred sleep space. Something that has become almost an extension of ourselves in modern life: your electronic screens, especially your smartphone, tablet, and even that television set. Now, I know what you might be thinking. My phone is my alarm. Or I like to unwind with a little TV before bed. And that's perfectly understandable. It's become such a common routine for so many of us. But here's the often overlooked truth: these devices emit what's called blue light, a specific type of light wavelength that our brains interpret as daylight. When your eyes are exposed to this blue light, particularly in the hours leading up to bedtime, your body's natural production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep, gets suppressed. It's like telling your brain, hey, it's still daytime. Stay awake and alert, even as the clock ticks past midnight. Beyond the blue light, there's the sheer mental stimulation these devices provide. Checking emails, scrolling through social media, watching a suspenseful show, or even reading the news can keep your mind buzzing and engaged. Instead of winding down, you're winding up. Your brain is processing information, anticipating notifications, or reliving the day's events, making it incredibly difficult to quiet that internal chatter and drift off into a peaceful slumber. Many studies have shown that people who use screens right before bed take longer to fall asleep, spend less time in deep, restorative sleep, and often wake up feeling less refreshed. Think about it. Our ancestors' unwind time involved quiet contemplation by a fire, not intense visual and cognitive engagement. Our biology hasn't caught up to our technology. So, what can you do about it? The simplest and most impactful step is to create a digital sunset in your bedroom. Aim to put all screens away at least an hour, ideally 2. Before you plan to go to sleep, charge your phone in another room. Use a good old-fashioned alarm clock if you need one to wake up. And move the television out of the bedroom entirely if you can. If you genuinely enjoy reading on a tablet, switch to an e-reader that doesn't emit blue light. Or even better, pick up a physical book. Engaging in calming activities like listening to soothing music, doing some gentle stretching, writing in a journal, or simply having a quiet conversation with your partner can replace screen time and signal to your brain that it's time to prepare for rest. Imagine the peace of not having that glowing rectangle beckoning you, or the sudden ping of a notification jarring you awake. It's about reclaiming your bedroom as a sanctuary, solely for rest and intimacy, free from the demands and distractions of the digital world. This single change, though it might feel challenging at first, can have a profound effect on the depth and quality of your sleep, allowing your body and mind to truly disconnect and recharge. Now, closely related to that mental chatter and the feeling of being overwhelmed, let's talk about another common culprit that can turn your sanctuary into a source of stress and keep you from drifting off peacefully. Clutter. I'm talking about those piles of clothes on the chair, the stacks of unread books or magazines on the nightstand, or even work-related items that have found their way into your personal space. Many of us have a tendency to let our bedrooms become a dumping ground for things that don't quite have a home elsewhere, or items we simply haven't gotten around to putting away. But what does this visual noise do to your sleep? Think about how you feel when you walk into a messy room. For many, it evokes a subtle, or sometimes not so subtle, sense of anxiety and unfinished business. Your brain, even subconsciously, registers the disarray. Those piles of clothes are reminders of laundry to do. That stack of papers might be bills to pay, or projects to tackle. Even if you're not actively thinking about these things, their mere presence creates a background hum of mental to-do lists and worries. Your bedroom should be a haven of calm, a place where your mind can completely relax and let go of the day's demands. When it's cluttered, it becomes a space that constantly pulls at your attention, reminding you of tasks, responsibilities, and general disorganization. This can make it incredibly difficult to quiet your mind when you lie down, preventing you from reaching that state of peaceful relaxation necessary for falling asleep. Practical steps to declutter your bedroom might seem daunting, but even small changes can make a big difference. Start by removing anything that doesn't directly contribute to sleep, relaxation, or intimacy. This means no work papers, no exercise equipment that you never use, and definitely no piles of laundry. Designate a specific place for everything. If something comes into the bedroom, it should either belong there or have a temporary holding spot with a plan for its removal. For clothes, consider a chair basket, where you can toss items that aren't quite dirty but aren't clean enough for the closet, and then commit to putting them away once a week. Make it a daily habit to tidy up for just 5 minutes before you leave the bedroom in the morning or before you get into bed at night. Put away books, fold the rows, and clear off your nightstand. By creating a visually calm and organized space, you're sending a powerful signal to your brain. This is a place of rest, not a place of work or endless chores. Imagine walking into your bedroom and feeling an immediate sense of peace, rather than a subtle wave of overwhelm. This physical decluttering often leads to a mental decluttering, allowing your mind to switch off more easily and embrace the tranquility needed for truly restorative sleep. With our minds more at ease and our spaces clearer, it's time to turn our attention to the very foundation of our sleep comfort. Next, we need to address something incredibly fundamental to a good night's rest, yet often overlooked, and that's your old, worn-out mattress and pillows. Think about it, you spent roughly 1/3 of your life in bed, so the quality of what you're sleeping on is paramount. Many of us hold onto mattresses for far too long, often a decade or more, even when they've lost their support, developed sags, or simply become uncomfortable. A mattress that no longer provides proper support can lead to a host of issues: back pain, neck stiffness, shoulder aches, and general discomfort that prevents you from finding a truly relaxing position. If you're tossing and turning, trying to find a comfortable spot, or waking up with new aches and pains that weren't there when you went to bed, your mattress is likely a major culprit. It's not just about comfort. Poor spinal alignment during sleep can have long-term effects on your posture and overall physical well-being. And let's not forget about pillows. A pillow that's too old, too flat, or too lumpy can do just as much damage to your neck and upper spine as a bad mattress. If your head isn't properly supported and aligned with your spine, you can end up with neck pain, headaches, and disrupted sleep. Furthermore, old mattresses and pillows are notorious for accumulating dust mites, skin cells, and allergens over time. These microscopic creatures and their waste products can trigger allergies, leading to sneezing, runny nose, itchy eyes, and even asthma symptoms, all of which severely interfere with uninterrupted sleep. You might not even realize that your persistent morning congestion or mild allergy symptoms are directly linked to what you're sleeping on. Or so, what's the solution? Firstly, assess your mattress. If it's over 7 to 10 years old, if you can feel springs, or if it sags in the middle, or if you consistently wake up feeling stiff and sore, it's probably time for a new one. This is an investment in your health that truly pays dividends. There are many types of mattresses available today, from memory foam to inner spring to hybrid. And finding one that suits your body and sleep position is crucial. Consider testing out different options in a store, or Look for brands that offer generous home trial periods. If a new mattress isn't immediately feasible, a good quality mattress topper can provide a temporary improvement in comfort and support. For pillows, replace them every 1 to 2 years. Your pillow should provide adequate support for your neck, keeping your spine in a neutral alignment whether you sleep on your back, side, or stomach. Look for pillows designed for your specific sleep position. Regularly washing your mattress protector and pillowcases, and even the pillows themselves if they are washable, can also help keep allergens at bay. By upgrading your sleep foundation, you're creating a physically supportive and cleaner environment that allows your body to truly relax, heal, and rejuvenate each night. Beyond what we see and feel, what about what we breathe and smell in our bedrooms? That brings us to our fourth item to remove strong, artificial scents, including air fresheners, heavily scented candles, or even overwhelming perfumes. Many of us like our homes to smell pleasant, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, the artificial fragrances found in plug-in air fresheners, aerosol sprays, and even some scented candles are often made from complex blends of chemicals, many of which can be irritating to our respiratory systems. These chemicals can include volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, which can linger in the air and lead to a host of problems. For some, these strong scents can trigger headaches, nausea, or even exacerbate allergies and asthma symptoms. Imagine trying to fall asleep while your nose is irritated, or you have a subtle headache brewing from the air around you. Your body is trying to relax and prepare for rest, but it's also trying to process and react to these airborne chemicals, creating an internal struggle that prevents deep sleep. But even natural essential oils, while generally safer than synthetic fragrances, should be used with caution and moderation in the bedroom. While some, like lavender, are known for their calming properties, too much of any scent can be overpowering and stimulate the senses rather than relax them. The goal for your bedroom air should be as clean and neutral as possible, allowing your natural breathing to be clear and unobstructed, and your body's senses to fully relax. So, how do you keep your bedroom smelling fresh without introducing harmful chemicals? The simplest and most effective method is ventilation. Open your windows for 15 minutes each day, even in cooler weather, to air out the room and bring in fresh air. This helps to dissipate any lingering odors and refresh the atmosphere. Regular cleaning, including vacuuming and dusting, will also help eliminate sources of odors. If you want a subtle, natural scent, consider a small dish of dried potpourri without synthetic sprays, a few drops of a high-quality, pure essential oil diffused for a short period earlier in the evening, or simply a fresh bouquet of flowers that don't have an overpowering scent. Remember, the idea is to create a serene environment where your body can completely let go. When your air is clean and free of irritants, your breathing will be clearer, your senses will be unburdened, and your body will be far more ready to drift into a deep and restorative sleep. And finally, as we think about creating that perfect sleep haven, let's consider something that might seem small but has a powerful impact: any bright or flashing lights in your bedroom. I'm not just talking about the main overhead light, which most of us intuitively turn off before bed. I'm referring to those seemingly insignificant sources of light that many people overlook: the glowing numbers on a digital alarm clock, the tiny power indicator lights on chargers for your phone or tablet, the standby light on your television or cable box, or even street lights peeking through inadequate curtains. You might think, it's just a tiny light, it can't possibly make a difference. But even a small amount of light exposure during sleep, especially at specific wavelengths, can disrupt your body's circadian rhythm and melatonin production. Our bodies are designed to respond to light and darkness. When it's dark, our brains signal the release of melatonin, preparing us for sleep. When exposed to light, even dim light, that signal can be interrupted or suppressed. This means it can take longer to fall asleep. And even if you do fall asleep, the quality of your sleep might be compromised. You might not enter those crucial deep sleep and REM sleep stages that are so vital for physical restoration and cognitive function. Think about our ancestors again. Their nights were truly dark, lit only by the moon or stars. Our modern world is bathed in ambient light, and our bedrooms, unfortunately, are often no exception. This constant low-level light pollution can chip away at the restorative power of your sleep, leaving you feeling less energized and more mentally fatigued during the day. The good news is, fixing this is relatively simple. Start by unplugging or covering any electronic devices that emit light. Many digital alarm clocks have brightness settings you can dim significantly, or you can simply turn them to face the wall. For those tiny, persistent indicator lights on chargers or other electronics, a small piece of electrical tape can work wonders to block the light completely. If you have streetlights outside your window, invest in blackout curtains or blinds. These are incredibly effective at blocking out all external light, creating a truly dark sanctuary. You might also consider a sleep mask if curtains aren't an option, or if you simply prefer total darkness. The goal is to make your bedroom as dark as possible, creating an environment that fully supports your body's natural sleep cycle. When your brain perceives complete darkness, it can fully commit to producing melatonin and guiding you into the deepest, most restorative phases of sleep. It's a simple adjustment that can lead to surprisingly profound improvements in your overall sleep quality and, by extension, your energy and vitality throughout the day. We've covered 5 powerful ways to transform your bedroom into a true sanctuary for sleep and well-being. We started by discussing the pervasive impact of electronic screens and their blue light, encouraging you to create a digital sunset by keeping phones, tablets, and TVs out of your sleep space to allow your brain to naturally produce melatonin and wind down. Then, we moved on to the subtle stress-inducing effects of clutter, emphasizing how a tidy, organized room can calm your mind and promote a sense of peace that's essential for drifting off effortlessly. We also delved into the critical importance of a supportive and clean sleep surface, reminding you that old mattresses and pillows are not just uncomfortable, but also breeding grounds for allergens that can disrupt your breathing and cause aches, making an upgrade a truly worthwhile investment in your health. We also explored how strong, artificial scents from air fresheners and heavily fragranced items can irritate your respiratory system and senses, advocating for fresh air and natural, subtle aromas instead. Finally, we shone a light, or rather, removed the light, from those small but disruptive, bright and flashing lights from electronics and external sources, showing how complete darkness is vital for uninterrupted melatonin production and deep sleep. These aren't just suggestions. They are actionable steps you can begin implementing today, and you might be amazed at the difference they make. Remember, taking small, consistent steps towards creating a truly optimized sleep environment can lead to incredibly significant improvements in your overall health, energy levels, mental clarity, and even your longevity. You deserve to wake up feeling refreshed, revitalized, and ready to embrace each new day with enthusiasm. Good sleep is not a luxury. It's a fundamental pillar of good health, and it's within your reach. We'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these tips? Or perhaps you have other successful strategies for creating a peaceful sleep environment. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could help someone else on their journey to better sleep. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. We're dedicated to bringing you more practical, encouraging advice to help you live your best life at every age. Thank you for joining us today. And here's to many nights of truly restorative sleep.